Hey Zen fam, this is just a very quick video just to give you some announcements about the channel and some possible changes that are coming to content therein. As some of you may remember, 4 months ago I came before you with a video that was completely stripped down, no effects, no nothing, to tell you that I had lost my job. Thanks in no small part to the evilness that is Brexit, because the cost of importing goods had tripled for my boss at the time, so therefore he had to let me go. I then spent about a month unemployed. I finally managed to get employment again. I was working as a cleaner. Not the best job in the world, but not the worst job either. Decent company, decent boss. You know, hours were a bit fluctuating, but I was making it happen, and the main thing was I was paying the rent and keeping a roof over my wife and my child's head. All fair and dandy, but work-life balance was way skewed, and I think it definitely did impact how much content I'm able to bring to you guys. However, today I got a job offer, and I took said job offer. So on the 24th, I will finish my cleaning job, and then straight out that weekend on the 27th, on that Monday, I will start my new job. Now, this new job, however, does come with a couple of caveats. One, I will be starting work at 7 o'clock in the morning, which means getting up around about 6, maybe 6:15, which means that late night content is probably going to go by the wayside, which means if something happens late in the evening, I won't get a chance to report on it till the next day, and then I'm going to have to squeeze that reporting and video making in the daytime, probably before my kid comes home from school, and try and keep things sweet with the wife so then I can actually make the videos for you guys. The other thing that's going to change with the content is basically I'm going to have to take the stream and either punt it to Friday, possibly Saturday, so then that way it's not going to have me staying up late streaming, playing video games when I have work the next morning at, getting up at 6 or quarter past 6, depending on how well I can make things work. Because, I've got to get to work and all the rest of it. So I have to get some decent amount of sleep, which means I'm probably going to be hitting bed about 10:30, 11. Not great, because I'm more a night person than I'm a day person, but there you go. Needs must as the devil drives, and this is a decent job, for a decent company, and it's got some good perks for me personally. They're not like mega perks, but for my lifestyle and what I need to do, it's actually going to work out quite well as long as the job holds. It's only contracted to December, but there's a chance it could get extended. However, it does mean that I'm going to have to move the stream around. There's a further thought I've been having. I've been thinking about taking 1 week of the stream and maybe, hopefully, trying to turn that into a podcast. I had thought about putting a podcast into this channel. I've tried that in the past, but two things make me pause and think otherwise about doing that. Because one, if you have a podcast, it really knackers you in the algorithm because of watch time and all the rest of it. And consider that podcasts are, generally speaking, a audio format. Not everybody wants to watch a person or a group of people sitting in a room talking about stuff, or in little boxes in a virtual space talking about stuff, or at least not a large amount of it. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing like maybe a 45-minute stream, and then hopefully being able to have that file accessible to myself, and then record that file down, and then take the best bits of it and release good and interesting chunks of it on YouTube later on. These are ideas I'm still playing with, whether or not I can even get somebody to do a podcast with me, say every once or twice a month. Change the rotation up, keep it interesting. Well, let's see how it plays out. I mean, I might not do the podcast, but I will still keep doing the stream, and these videos will still keep on happening. But there's going to be a little bit of teething period where I sort things out and try and understand the shape of things as they come about with this new job. But I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. So Zenbloke has been employed for the last 3 months, has now got himself a new job, and I'm much happier about it because it does provide a better work-life balance, and I can see more of my kid, which is the main thing. Because although I want my son to grow up with a father who's working, I also want my son to grow up with me around. I mean, you've seen that video where I chatted with him. I think it's quite apparent how much my boy means to me. And it's like, he's why I do, jobs and stuff. And he's my kid. So I just wanted you guys to be aware that I'm trying to make everything happen. I'm trying to keep everything rocking and rolling for the Zen fam. I've been trying to add more elements recently. I recently started a Pinterest where I put up my thumbnails that I like them for recent videos. The ones where the most creative. If I've made a piece of art, which I generally tend to do for the thumbnails, then I've put those thumbnails on Pinterest so you can see them nice and big and in better quality, rather than teeny tiny tooty on your phone. If any of you out there have any questions at all about any of the content or any ideas about what you'd like to see for future content, all you got to do is message me in any way you fancy. That all the various ways you can get a hold of me by now, and if not, ask one of the older members of the Zen fam and I'm sure they'll fill you in. There's quite a few out there who have been with me a long time now, and they'll tell you that, if you ask me a question, I will answer it. I talk to people in my comment section. Sometimes it might take a wee while, and sometimes YouTube decides to not show me the commenter because it thinks it's a spam comment, and every once in a while I'll go through go into YouTube Studio and I'll see all these comments that were held for review that have no business being held for review. But sooner or later, if not immediately, you will get an answer from me. That's what I do. That's how I rock. That's how I roll. Obviously there's Twitter. You can always get hold of me there. I'm trying to do new things all the time. I'm trying to find better ways to do it. I'm hoping, that once this job is got going and I've paid back my in-laws, because I had to borrow a significant amount of money from my in-laws for being unemployed for a month to actually pay the rent. So once I got them paid back, then hopefully I'll be able to find a microphone that doesn't break down. I don't want to have to resort to this anymore, because as great as the DualSense is, its mic is not up to par for good quality audio. And I was giving you good quality audio with an independent microphone until, of course, it broke. I seem to be somewhat cursed when it comes to microphones. I don't know why, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe at some point I can get my hands on a second-hand Snowball or something. Something with a little bit of grunt, a little bit of performance. But, that's far off thinking. The main things I want to do in the next wee while is just get the content a bit more consistent, try and get up on the news in this again, because my lifestyle has been such a way that I haven't been able to report on news in this the way I like. I've been doing more thought pieces, and don't get me wrong, the thought pieces are not going anywhere, but I also want to bring back a bit more newsiness. So, like I say, if there's anything you want to ask or want to say, please typey down below, let Zenbloke know. Alright guys, and this has gone on a little bit longer than I meant to, but I just wanted to fill these in, keep you in the loop. That's just what I do. Right, hashtag support Scottish YouTubers, and of course, as always, hi. No bother.